Hello and welcome to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. That's strivescan.com/Virginia. And I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Thank you so much, Jenny. All right, hopefully you all can see my presentation well here. Well, good afternoon, early evening, everyone. My name is Catherine Mason, and I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions at UNC Charlotte. Go Niners. So excited just to give you a super duper brief overview of who we are at Charlotte, as we love to call ourselves, also known as Niner Nation and the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. We go by any of those names. What we are most proudly recognized as, though, is North Carolina's Urban Research University. So while we're, of course, located in Charlotte, North Carolina, we are just 9 miles from Uptown Charlotte. If you have ever been to Charlotte, you know that we call our downtown Uptown. It's actually located on top of a hill, but there's also a beautiful light rail that connects our students and the entire school community to campus just 9 miles away or 11 stops away. So we are urban in that we're close to Uptown Charlotte, but we're also situated on 1,000 acres. It is a beautiful campus. And there's a bunch of different ways to come visit us and see us. So I look forward to your questions, and I'll certainly post in a link in the chat in a little bit about how to request or register for your visit. We're also the state's fastest growing university. So within the past 7 years alone, we built 13 new buildings, and we continue to grow in terms of record enrollment. So just over 30,000 students strong. That breaks down to just over 24,000 undergraduate students and just over 63,000 graduate students as well. In terms of our class size within those numbers, average class size is only about 35. Teacher to student ratio is about 1:19. We are also proudly recognized as a global campus with students coming from over 100 different countries, all 50 states, and 41% of our students self-identify as coming from an underrepresented background. This makes us one of the most diverse public colleges in North Carolina, and it's a fact that it's incredibly important to us. It really allows our students to learn and grow from one another from various backgrounds, offering different perspectives throughout their undergraduate experience and graduate experience as well. As I mentioned earlier, we have a light rail that literally connects us to Uptown Charlotte. So you can, with your student ID, hop on this light rail, go right into Uptown, go see a Panthers game, Museum of Art, internship with Bank of America, hop back on the light rail and go right back either to your evening classes or your daytime classes, or study in your residence halls and just have fun on campus. So it's a great addition to campus. Little fun fact about Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte is the second largest financial banking capital in the nation, and that's second to New York City. So we take full advantage of our location at UNC Charlotte, and 90% of our students take part in experiential learning of some kind as an undergraduate student, whether that's through a co-op or internship opportunities, research, because we're a R1 classified research university. So that's a big component of who we are, just simply learning by doing. Now, you are reading that correctly. We do have 171 majors and programs, but I promise for time's sake, I'm really just going to roll right through all of our 7 academic colleges just to give you an idea. If you have a specific question, feel free to put in the chat about a specific major. I'm happy to link in more details. But in general, the way that we group all of those 171 majors and programs is through our 7 academic colleges. So we have the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Arts and Architecture, Belk College of Business, Cato College of Education, College of Computing and Informatics, specific to computer science and many concentrations there, Health and Human Services, Lee College of Engineering, and our brand new School of Data Science, as well as our University College for those of you applying as an undecided student. By the way, absolutely okay to apply undecided if that's your focus there. We also have an honors college, which you are welcome to apply for. Just keep in mind, if you're a senior tuning in, that the priority deadline is December 15th, and you do need to be admitted before applying. We have 2 really fantastic pathways to UNC Charlotte. As we love to say, all roads can lead to UNC Charlotte. I'm going to go over the freshman admissions process of applying, but we also have a really strong transfer pathway as well. And those are the 2 links there. Once you apply, you have your Future 49er portal, and that invites you to continue that conversation with us by really kind of seeing what you might still need in terms of, or what we might still need in terms of supporting documents. But that's really your access to viewing all things in terms of your application process and status. For fall 2022 applicants, this is a list of what's required and what's optional. Simply 4 things that we require for the application. That's the online application, the application fee of $75, but we also accept a variety of fee waivers, the official high school transcript, and the essay. For the online application, you can submit that through the Common App, or our very own Future 49ers portal has an application as well. And this year, for seniors applying for fall 2022, SAT, ACT test scores, recommendation letters, personal statements, those are all completely optional. So welcome in the review process, but not required at all. And the deadline. So we have passed our early action deadline, but any juniors or freshmen or sophomores in high school tuning in, just keep that early action deadline in mind for the year that you become a senior in the future when you are applying, because that's the one I highly recommend applying by. It's not binding. But for those of you who are seniors who may not have submitted your application for admission just yet, definitely recommend getting that application in as soon as possible, but no later than February 1st, which is our regular decision deadline. That ensures for regular decision applicants, you hear back no later than April 1st. After February 1st, it's a space available basis. Right here is our admitted freshman profile. So the middle 50% of students accepted to Charlotte, looking at the weighted GPA 3.8 to 4.5 or unweighted 3.2 to 3.7, those middle 50% ranges. We also list there the SAT, ACT test scores of those who have submitted scores there. And then we also have our general deadline here, the financial aid and scholarships process. So I will wrap up here, but just wanted to leave you with that. The last thing that I will say is that we encourage you to visit Charlotte, and we'll definitely put that link in the chat. But thank you so much for tuning in, and go Niners.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And a reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function to ask questions of our institutions here at any time. Up next, we have University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
All right, hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanisha Young, and I am a first-year admissions coordinator here at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. I'm also a double alum, so I'm a Seahawk here and blue, love Wilmington and love UNCW. So I'm happy to share a little bit about our institution with you today, really focusing a lot on our people, our programs, and our beautiful place of Wilmington, North Carolina, and really giving you the understanding that UNCW's campus is like no other. So I'll kind of go in and talk a little bit more about our institution. I always love to first begin with our Wilmington community, as a lot of you are out-of-state students, so you may have not had the opportunity to visit campus yet, or you may vacation here many times with your family. But for those who are unaware, we are located in Wilmington, North Carolina, right on the southeastern tip of North Carolina. We are just 2 hours from our state capital, Raleigh, North Carolina. We do have an international airport just 15 minutes from campus. So for our out-of-state students, it is very easy to go back home via airplane if you didn't want to drive. But for our Virginia folks, we're just about 6 hours from the Richmond area. And then we have a beautiful downtown area called the historic downtown Wilmington, and it has a beautiful Riverwalk area. It has been selected as one of those cities on the rise in the South in 2021. That has hundreds of different shopping, restaurants, nighttime life, a lot of great activities for our students to get involved in. And we are a big filming location, as we do have Spangham's filming studios located here at UNC, or at Wilmington specifically. So just this past weekend, we had our One Tree Hill convention that happens annually. And then the most recent Halloween movie, Halloween Kills, was shot in our downtown area. And then for those who want to enjoy our coastal life, as we are North Carolina's coastal university, we do have 3 surrounding beach communities. The closest to our campus location is Wrightsville Beach, which is just a 15-minute drive from our campus. And then we have Carolina and Curry Beach, which are great locations. They're about 25 minutes away. One of them, you can bring a car out, have a campfire, and camp out. So a lot of great opportunities for students to get involved in our larger Wilmington and surrounding area. To focus a little bit about UNCW, we are a mid-sized institution, just right at 18,000 total. We just broke over 18,000 for this last fall enrollment for fall 2021. A further breakdown of that, about 14,700 of those are undergraduate students and the remaining are graduate students. So even with that larger number, we do have more of a smaller school feel within the academic classroom. So we do still have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, but our average class size is 27. So it really does allow our students to interact with each other, but sometimes more importantly, the professors who are learning from the expertise in the specific field that we're wanting to join. Specifically at UNCW, we do have a 100% participation rate within our high impact learning experiences. And this can come in many forms based on the student's interest, whether that be specifically exploring our study abroad program. We have over 1,000 programs in over 70 different countries. You can do 1 week during spring break, or you can even be a part of our dual international business program called TASPA, where you go to our school for 2 years, earn a degree, and then another school for 2 years in Germany, France, England, or Spain, and then also earn a degree. A lot of great opportunities for students to immerse themselves into a different culture. You can either do community service with nonprofit organizations if you're in any of our social science degree programs, internship opportunities. Most of our majors require an internship or practicum in order to graduate, so you can be guaranteed that experience in many capacities. And then obviously working on research, which is really strong for undergraduates, and begin working on research as early as possible to really make themselves competitive for the workforce of graduate schools once they graduate from UNCW. To learn a little bit more about our culture here specifically, our academics, we do offer 58 degrees that you can pursue at our institution. The nice thing about UNCW is you don't declare your major until you are a sophomore. So you're coming in undeclared, you really have a lot of flexibility. Using some of our most popular degrees notated on the screen here. And then our campus life, we have so many opportunities for students to get involved and integrated into our campus. We are a Division I athletic program. We have 19 athletic teams. We have over 300 student clubs and organizations that you can get involved in, ranging from Greek life, religious affiliated groups, multicultural organizations, and then we do have the sports club and intramurals area. So we really want to showcase the Seahawks spirit and attend those athletic events, but also learn a little bit something outside of that. We have a lot of great opportunities. Specifically for our first year admissions process, it's going to detail all the criteria and materials that are needed for your official review for admissions. As most schools, we have had our early action deadline that's passed November 1st. We have a secondary deadline with regular decision due February 1st. So if you're a senior, you still have plenty of time to begin working on your application if you think UNCW is a strong fit for you. Again, we'll just look at the academic profile of a student, your grades, your GPA, your class rank. We are test optional this year, so it's solely up to the student to determine whether or not you would like to submit test scores to be considered within the application. But because they're optional, the best way to communicate that is that having a test score on your application cannot negatively impact your admissions decisions if they're optional. We require an essay and short answer. Extracurricular activities are always reviewed. So you can submit a resume if you feel like the application is really limiting on how much information you're sharing. And then the optional component of our review process is a letter recommendation. If you decide to submit a letter recommendation, we will look at those two. And that's all that I have for you today. Again, my name is Tanisha Young. I work directly with our Mid-Atlantic applicants. So please take a screenshot of this. You'll have my contact information, and thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Up next, we have North Carolina State University. Tanya, your microphone is off again.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Awesome. So again, thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Tanya Vargas. I'm an admissions counselor here at NC State University. Very happy to do this small presentation to all of you. So of course, the very first thing I want to talk about when it comes to NC State, so we are located in Raleigh, which is about, the capital of North Carolina. Of course, we are known as a STEM institution, so science, technology, engineering, and math, but we do also offer a lot of non-STEM programs as well. So NC State is actually ranked #1 as the best public college for your money, and it is the largest university in the state of North Carolina. We currently have over 36,000 total students. About 25,000 of those students are actually undergrads doing their 4-year degree. As far as supporting students, we do have a lot of support networks, a lot of success centers here on campus. So we have the Academic Success Center, the Career Development Center, a lot of community centers, just to make sure that students find their home and their community here. So of course, when it comes to Academic Success Center, we have a lot of support with tutoring, mentorship, the Writing Center. As far as the Career Development Center, we make sure that students are able to find those internships, jobs, any co-op opportunity, or, helping with, resumes or mock interviews. And as far as, community centers, we do have the Multicultural Student Affairs, we have the Women's Center, GLB Center, and just so many more to offer to our students. As far as research, we are one of the 2 research-intensive universities, so we offer a range of undergrad research. And as far as entrepreneurship, we are ranked nationally for our entrepreneurship program. So for any student who's interested in starting their own businesses or starting their own products, you can definitely do that here as well. As far as living, so we do require first-year students to live on campus during their first year. We do have a lot of residence halls and what is called the living and learning villages. These villages allow students to live with other people that share similar experiences. As far as student involvement, we do have over 700 different student organizations ranging from volunteering, from clubs, organizations like, honor societies, fraternities, sororities, and we do have over 200 different study abroad programs in case if you're interested in, traveling abroad. As far as majors, we do offer over 100 of them. Here at NC State, we actually admit students directly to their major, so we don't do general admission. So we would encourage students to kind of think about what major they want to do. For any of you who's undecided, we do have exploratory studies, which is for our undecided students. Allows them to really explore and learn about all of the different programs that we have during that first year, and then therefore, decide what program they want to pursue afterwards. But for those who already know exactly what they want to do, definitely indicate that on the application, because like I said, we admit you directly to the program that you are interested in. As far as the application, you can apply to us through the Common App or the Coalition. Of course, we do have 2 deadlines. We have early action and regular decision, which are both non-binding. So if you apply by November 1st, you get your decision in January. If you apply by January, you'll hear back from us in March. There is an $85 application fee, but we do accept fee waivers. And as far as high school transcripts, you can submit those electronically or send those via mail. Required essay and short answer questions are also part of the application, so we would encourage you to take some time when writing those essays, when writing those short answer questions, because we do read those and we do take that into consideration when reviewing applications. As far as extracurricular activities, like if you're involved in any sports, any jobs, any clubs, anything that you've been involved inside or outside of the classroom, I would encourage you to put that on the application. Because we do take a very holistic approach and we take that into consideration. SAT and ACT test scores are actually optional for any senior who's applying this year. So you are more than welcome to submit those, but if you don't, if you feel like you don't have those test scores available to you or anything like that, don't feel like you're obligated to submit those. It won't negatively impact your application at all. Last but not least, as far as obviously tuition and everything here on the screen, you can see the estimated cost of attendance here at NC State. But of course, you can lower those costs in various different ways. We have the Park Scholarship, which is a fully funded scholarship open to North Carolina residents and also out-of-state students. You have to be nominated by your school or self-nominate. We have PAC Assist, which is a scholarship portal for students who are admitted to the university. So you can apply to various different scholarships through there. And last but not least, of course, the FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid, which opens on October 1st of your senior year. So this is a great way to get additional funding, whether if it's your grants, loans, scholarships, work study. So I would encourage you to look into those during that process. But with that being said, I would encourage you to stay connected with us via social media. If you have a moment, scan this QR code or take a picture of this link, fill out that form. That way you can join our listserv and we can stay in touch with you as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And a reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function to ask questions of our institutions here during the presentations. Up next, we have East Carolina University.
All right, everyone. Good evening. My name is Allie Hortonberry. I am the Regional Admissions Counselor for students in Virginia. So let's go ahead and get started here with a little bit about East Carolina. So we are the third largest of the University of North Carolina schools in the state of North Carolina. We come in just below 29,000 students totally enrolled this fall. We actually came in at 28,651 totally enrolled students. However, we do maintain a 19-to-1 student faculty ratio with an average class size of 28. So while we are a larger institution, we have large school opportunities, we do maintain that small school feel with direct access to your professors and our campus resources. Of that almost 29,000 students, 90% actually do come from within the state of North Carolina and 10% come from out of state, with most of that 10% of out of state students coming from Virginia. So you'll definitely be in good company here at ECU. For getting involved on campus, we have over 500 student clubs and organizations, and that's going to include 15 campus ministries and 38 Greek organizations. So lots of opportunities for our students to get involved no matter what they're going to be interested in on campus. And then for student life, we have 15 residence halls and over 31 dining locations. So that's going to include 2 dining halls, 6 convenience markets, and 23 national names such as Chick-fil-A. We have the only Raising Cane's in the state on our campus. We have a few Starbucks locations, a Chili's, a rotation of food trucks that come on campus, and flexible meal plan options for our students for their dining experience. To dive into academics, we do offer a pretty broad spectrum of undergraduate degrees. We have 87 different bachelor's degrees that a student can choose from, 70 master's programs, and 18 doctoral programs. Our top undergraduate programs, just to give you guys kind of an idea, are going to be nursing, management, marketing, psychology, and elementary education. We actually do graduate the most nurses and teachers in the state of North Carolina, and we're considered to be the healthcare university of North Carolina. And a little fun fact is that we're the only school in the state of North Carolina to have a dental school, a medical school, and a college of engineering all at the same institution. And so just to give you guys an idea of where our location is, if you're not familiar with it, to give you guys some context, I'm a regional representative, meaning I live and work in Richmond. To get to Greenville from Richmond is about 2.5 hours. From DC, it's probably looking at about 5, and then Baltimore would be roughly 6. We are an hour away from the state capital of Raleigh. So we have a lot of opportunities for our students there. Greenville is going to have our main campus, our athletics facilities, our health sciences campus, and our West Research campus. But we also have a smaller campus that a lot of people don't know about. It's right outside Manteo, North Carolina in the Outer Banks, which is about 2 hours away from Greenville. And it houses our integrated coastal studies programs. So students do have the opportunity to go ahead and study at the coast if they want to for a semester, for a year, for all 4 years, whatever they want to do. Switching over to athletics, we have 18 different NCAA Division I sports, but we also have 30 different club sports and 31 intramural sports. So whether you want to be an NCAA student athlete or you just want to continue on with something that you've done in high school that you love, we have opportunities for you. We participate in the American Athletic Conference for our NCAA sports, and students do have access to free tickets for regular season home games, and it's not on a lottery system. In the bottom right corner, I have Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. For those of you who have not gotten to see our football stadium, I have our main campus student center, which is one of our newer buildings on that bottom picture, and then I have our main campus kind of above it, and then a map again just to give you guys an idea of where we might be in relation to you. So obviously if you're a senior, you'll be wanting to know how to apply. So applying to ECU is super simple. We're on the Common App. We're on our own in-house system called Navigator. So you have 2 options there. We'll need your online application that is going to include an essay. We need you to send your official high school transcripts, and we do have a $75 application fee, but we do take fee waivers from College Board and NACAC. And I will plug that for the 2nd year in a row, for all Virginia students, we will be participating in Virginia College Application Week, November 15th through the 19th. That fee will be waived to apply for all Virginia students. So if you have any questions, I have my information at the end of this, but we also need your dual enrolled college transcripts if you're taking college credit. For my seniors, we did go test blind for 2022. So our application always opens up on August 1st. This year, our honors college deadline to apply to the university, you had to apply by October 18th to be in that honors eligible deadline. Similarly, for merit-based scholarships, you need to apply to us by December 15th because the merit-based scholarship deadline, application deadlines is January 15th. And then if you're not going to be applying for scholarships, our application will just close on March 1st for you. Of course, staying connected is going to be very important. So you'll need to take a look at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're ECU admissions on all of those. You can contact us at admissions@ecu.edu. We are offering in-person and virtual tours, live info sessions, student panels, and all that good stuff at the Visit website. And then last but not least, again, my name is Allie Hortonberry. This is my phone number, my text number, and my email. So please feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you guys have. And the last thing that I am going to say and leave you with is a go Pirates. We throw our hooks up here at the East. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Up next, we have Barton College.
Oh, lost you guys. I'm so sorry. Hello, everyone. My name is Terrence Holloway. I am actually your direct admissions counselor here at Barton College, as I work with all of our students coming from the state of Virginia. I'm super excited that you guys got a chance to join this evening. A little quick information about Barton College. We're home of the Bulldogs. It's actually funny, a lot of the other schools that's been represented this today is actually a lot of our key points that let our students know where we are in North Carolina. So we're located in Wilson, North Carolina. So we're actually about 30 to 40 minutes outside of Raleigh, 3 hours away from the Charlotte area, and then 2 hours away from Wilmington. We're a small liberal arts school. So we offer a student population of about 1,100 students with the average classroom size of 16 students per class. And that means a 11:1 student faculty ratio. Here at Barton College, here are our main 7 schools and departments, which is Allied Health, Business, Education, Nursing, Humanities, Sciences, and then the School of Visual Performance and Communication Arts. Here at Barton College, we do offer over about 50 majors, minors, and concentrations here on our campus. And on our right-hand side here are our top 4 listed majors. Our nursing program is our #1 program through and through, as we had a recent 100% passing rate for the NCLEX exam. So that's the state exam that certifies you as a nurse. Our School of Business program offers a phenomenal 3+2 program that our students as incoming freshman students can declare. Our biology, which also includes all of our sciences. So as students who want to do any pre-professional tracks, exercise science. So if you want to do pre-PT, or if you want to be a physical therapist in the future. And then our 5th top major is actually going to be education as well. So here at Barton College, we graduate tons of really qualified educators to send them out in the workforce. I'll stop just a little bit, just real quick. If you guys want to do a quick screen grab here, this is going to show you all of our list of majors. Also, once again, our pre-professional programs as well. And what I mean by pre-professional programs, this just means if you want to be a dentist, lawyer, work in the medical field, pharmacist, so on and so on. Here at Barton College, we do also offer an honors program. For all of our students who are interested in being a part of the honors program, my biggest suggestion is to be able to apply for the early action process. And early action will start when it comes to the first opening for our general applications for admission into the college, and then we'll end around December going into early January. We admit all of our students based off of your unweighted GPA, and we do also offer test optional, but these are the test scores that they are looking for students who are coming in for the honors program. This is a great opportunity to be a part of the early action process, just because we have a scholars competition that happens in early February, where we actually invite all of the students who've been admitted into that program down to campus to compete for a full tuition scholarship. We are a Division II school as well. So we offer about 23 different athletic programs, with our newest program being our football team. We actually started during the COVID season, so we played a little spring ball, but we're actually starting our very first full season this year. We're really excited, and the team is doing really, really well. Since we are a Division II school, you still have to go through official recruiting channels. So if you are a senior and you're not currently being recruited by us, but are interested in being a part of any of our athletic programs, I highly suggest for you to reach out to our coaches by finding that information on our athletic website. Here at Barton, we're a small liberal arts school, so we are all about making connections, and we want to make sure our students can continue to make the connections based off of things that they've previously done in their high school career or in their local community back at home. So these co-curricular programs are actually those tools that help students continue things that they enjoyed in their local high school. So if you are looking to be a nurse in the future, we have a nursing scholars program. If you played video games, whether at your school or at home, we actually offer additional scholarships for those students as well. If you play an instrument, that's another great opportunity for students to gain at some additional scholarships. For the admissions process, the very first thing is you can, of course, apply through our general website, or we can also find us on the Common Application account as well. The very first thing that you will have to submit is, of course, that application, and that application is free. After you submit that information, the very next thing I would need to receive from you will be a copy of your high school transcript. We understand that life has been kind of crazy over the past several years, so we also have a test optional pathway for our students. If you decide to go through as a test optional student for your admissions portfolio, all I would ask is for 2 letters of recommendations, where I would ask for 1 letter to be an academic letter. And I would want that to come from one of your core subjects required for you to graduate high school. And then the other letter is what I just call a character letter, and that can come from your guidance counselor, a coach, or a mentor. Here at Barton College, we have our commitment to affordability. So we want all of our students to make sure that they take the time to complete the FAFSA information, whether you feel like you're going to qualify for additional aid or not, as 98% of our families are receiving financial aid from our institution. Also, we have all of our students here on campus currently. We're making sure that we try to keep them as safe as possible. And we are allowing visits on campus as well. So you can set up a daily visit Monday through Friday with us. First tour starts at 9:30. Second one starts at 2. And once again, as your admissions counselor, after you get done with your tour of campus, you will actually come back to the admissions office to sit down and meet with me. And once again, like I said before, I'm actually going to be your direct line. So I'm your personal admissions counselor here at Barton. Here's all my contact information, including my email as well. If you have any questions about anything, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And a reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function. There's still time to ask your questions of our institutions here. And last but not least, we have UNC Pembroke.
Hello. Good evening. My name is Nancy Reading. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions with UNC Pembroke. So let me go ahead and share this presentation. All right, so I am super excited to share with you why I think it's a great choice to choose to be a Brave. And so we're going to start with a short video that shows our campus.
The University of North Carolina at Pembroke is centrally located between Charlotte, Raleigh, and Myrtle Beach, and our walking campus has everything a student needs. If you're staying in campus housing, you won't even need a car. In addition to Cypress, Pine, Felk, North, and Oak, our traditional residence halls, there are several apartment complexes on and adjacent to campus. Lumbee Hall, the Central Administration Building, is home to Brave Central, your one-stop shop for admissions, financial aid, registrar, and the cashier's office. All of your student administrative needs taken care of by one team in one convenient place. For food and fun, check out the Chavis University Center, where you'll find the main dining hall, bowling, billiards, mini indoor events, and more. A short walk across the UC lawn puts you in the Jones Health and Physical Education Center, which hosts our Division II athletics as well as exercise facilities and the Aquatic Center. For the highest quality entertainment, the Givens Performing Arts Center brings Broadway and professional entertainers right to you. If mealtime finds you at the north end of campus, Papa John's and Einstein Brothers Bagels have you covered with meal plan takeout or dine in if you want to eat and study or simply relax. On the south end of campus, kick back by the water feature with snacks from Starbucks, or cross the bridge to Cafe 641 inside the library, where you will also find a variety of comfortable study areas, including tech-enabled collaborative spaces. The University of North Carolina at Pembroke has everything you can need in walking distance. For an interactive
All right, so that just kind of gives you an idea of what it's like to be on our campus for those of you who have not been able to visit. But don't let our compact size fool you. UNC Pembroke is considered a medium-sized institution with a total enrollment of about 8,300 students, 6,300 of those being undergrad students. We offer 41 undergrad programs and 17 graduate programs, but we do still offer a small classroom environment. So our average class size is 20, and we really don't teach any classes that are over about 50 or 60 students. So even what you may think would be a larger freshman lecture class, you'll still find to be small, usually around 30 students. We are considered the most diverse institution in the Southeast, and that is a huge part of our heritage on campus. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is a major push at UNC Pembroke. We were historically founded as an American Indian institution, so we have a 12% American Indian population on campus. We are NCAA Division II school, so we do have a wide variety of sports offerings. So if you want to go to games or play, that's definitely an option at UNCP. And we offer 100+ clubs and organizations, study abroad opportunities, living learning, service learning. And we have a very thriving Greek community with Greek associations from all the various organizations. So this is the listing of our majors. Some of the most popular from this list you're going to find are nursing, business, education, psychology, biology, and exercise sports science. So we have really thriving programs in those areas. So definitely some great options there. And then our biology program is also extremely popular with our students planning to pursue degrees in the medical field, PA school, dental school. We have an excellent program called Health Careers Access you can choose to participate in, where students have really been able to do study groups to prepare for the MCAT. They do tours of various medical schools across the state. They do tours of different healthcare facilities so you can look at different specialties, as well as working on helping you secure those internship hours that you need in order to be eligible to apply and further your education. The other great thing is we don't have any master's level students in biology or chemistry, so you get a lot of opportunities for undergraduate research in those majors. If you are thinking about our School of Business, as we just opened a brand new School of Business building, state-of-the-art facility, there's also our BSBA to MBA program. So you do have the opportunity to take 4 MBA classes during your junior and senior year at the undergrad tuition rate, meaning you only have 1 year remaining to get that MBA. UNC Pembroke is a North Carolina Promise student school, so for out-of-state students, that means we're also very affordable. Because our tuition is dramatically reduced, it's like receiving a $10,000 scholarship every year automatically. So our annual total cost, which is room, board, tuition, fees, and everything per year for an out-of-state student, is $19,872. So less than $20,000 a year. So definitely a very affordable option. And that's before any type of financial aid package. We do have a wonderful campus residence life, and we are a freshman live-on requirement. We offer 2 traditional style dorms, 3 suite style dorms, and 2 apartment complexes. We have great resident assistants and wonderful resident activities, including our first year resident experience program. So great opportunities there. UNCP also does a lot to support our students being an access institution. We are a lot of campus resources to make sure you're successful. So now that I've told you all of that, I'm sure you're ready to apply. So I would encourage you to go to uncp.edu/apply and complete our application today. We are fee-free for the fall 2022 application season. So you don't have to worry about paying that $55 application fee, and we are test optional for this year. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you'll choose to be a brave. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our schools here today for letting us know more about your institutions. They all sound fantastic. We have some time for some Q&A, so I'll go ahead and get our first question up on the screen here. Our question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So you can share your nuggets of wisdom with our participants here today. We'll go in the same order, starting with University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Yeah, thank you. That's such a great question. I think of a lot of students in this question, honestly, working with students throughout the college search process year after year. I would really just start with take a deep breath and know that your interests might change, and just be okay with that. And I think be ready to really kind of dig deep and not necessarily search about that specific major, that specific college, but really kind of dig deep first and foremost about what it is brings you joy, and then kind of going from there. And that can really stretch from the location for a future school to what your future career could be, but just kind of start small, and then you can kind of go from there.
I took advice would just be an organizational standpoint of making sure that you have one email that you may be utilizing to contact multiple colleges, because we do send a lot of emails. So this will help you stay in contact with the appropriate resources, and then also utilizing those contacts. All of us here today are here to service you in any capacity that you need. So don't hesitate to reach out to counselors to ask those really in-depth questions.
Yeah, so kind of going along with that, one of the things that I always tell students is like ask questions. There's no wrong question to ask, especially, if you're the first one in your family to go to college, especially if you don't have like people, like I said, have that support or just know about the whole process. Always ask questions. And as well, having options too, like, if you want to, if you're looking for a particular major or a particular program, definitely explore and see what other institutions, even those smaller institutions as well, what they offer. A lot of times they might offer exactly what you're looking for. So having a lot of different options and just looking and asking questions. So that would be my piece of advice for any of you going through this college search.
Yeah, so I always tell my students that are, especially if they're just starting their college search, so my juniors, even my sophomores and freshmen, when you're going through and touring schools, tour a small school, tour a medium school, and tour a large school, because you never know what size is going to speak to you most and where you're going to feel most comfortable. So then you can take your search from there once you figure out maybe I am more acclimated and will like a larger school versus a smaller school and things like that.
Wow. Also, this is just the perk of going last because all the really great answers, But I would definitely say to kind of piggyback off of a lot of what everyone is saying is, learn a little bit more about yourself when you start your college search. So start to realize kind of what kind of student you are and start realizing kind of what you may need out of your institution. But also the biggest thing, don't be afraid to utilize your resources, whether that's all of us as admissions counselors on this screen, if you're applying to our institution, but also your parents and also your guidance counselors. I speak to a lot of guidance counselors, and they always would tell me that only a select few may be coming into their office when it comes to working on their applications. The students may wait to the last minute, but your guidance counselor is located in your high school for a reason, and definitely utilize them because they're going to be able to give you the most advice and be as helpful for you when it comes to everything.
So my biggest piece would definitely also be to utilize your admissions counseling staff. If you're interested in an institution, keep in mind that we're the Office of Admissions, not the Office of Denials. So if you think that you're maybe on the edge or not sure, definitely call us and ask us what you could do if you're really interested in that institution, because our goal is to get you admitted and make sure you come and are successful. So we want to help you if we're able to.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone, for the wonderful advice. We have a little bit more time left, so we'll go ahead and put another question up. And that is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? So you have some time now before we wrap up to quickly go around and let us know more about your institution. We'll probably have about 30 seconds each. We'll do a quick round robin.
Yeah, sure. So our new tagline at Charlotte, as we love to call ourselves, is shape what's next. And I love that. It could not define us or exemplify us in one phrase any better. We are really big on civic engagement, students really being involved within the school community, and then of future applicants in being involved within their school community as well. So that's something that's very, very important to us, just being engaged with your greater school community, especially your entire community surrounding that. So shaping what's next, that's a big part of who we are.
Kind of going along the same lines, using our new tagline, kind of like no other. I think we've all talked about our beautiful cities where our institution is located. So really maximizing your college experience also is going to be things that the college can offer you, but also the location, how you blend in with the community is a huge integral part of how you are making that new place your home. So Wilmington is a beautiful place that I've now called home for 10 years since the beginning as a freshman. So really just take the time if you're available to visit, these cities, learn more. A lot of us have virtual opportunities where you can kind of engage a little bit. I know it's hard to kind of travel throughout COVID, so really just look at each of the institutions, see what opportunities are available for you to actually experience our community in person or in some type of virtual form.
Yeah, so here at NC State University, our motto is think and do the extraordinary. So we encourage students to really think, obviously think outside of the box, whether if it's you want to start your own, business or anything, just being creative. And we make sure that students have the resources and opportunities for you to utilize those to actually do it, if that makes sense. So like I said, I always like to talk about our motto. We definitely encourage students to think and do, and you can do anything here with us. And of course, like I said before, there's a lot of different schools that, have a lot of resources for you to utilize as well. So.
I think I would just want students to remember that ECU has a lot of resources for different students, no matter whether it's academic, social, anything like that. We're probably going to have it. We have an LGBTQ plus center, a women's center, the Office of Equity and Diversity, and just so many different support systems there for our students in whatever facet of their life that they're looking for some sort of support or resource to have. We are definitely committed to having that support for you on campus.
So I would say also leading off with our motto. So first, our motto is Barton Bold, where bold leaders become bold thinkers. So we're all about making sure that our students are being really purposeful when it comes to stepping foot on our campus. But the second thing that I would also like to add to that is another one of our slogans is you have a seat at our table. So we also are all about making sure that our students, once you are here on campus, you are one of us, and we are going to want to make sure that we are as supportive as possible for whatever you want to get out of your education.
All right, and at UNCP, our motto is changing lives through education. So we really work hard to make sure that you're getting everything you need out of your education and also not leaving in a ton of debt. So we definitely want you to get a quality education with a wonderful classroom experience, a diverse education, and leave there just feeling empowered to go on to your next steps.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our institutions for joining us today and sharing more about your schools. And thank you, participants, for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And then you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. That's strivescan.com/Virginia. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.